Hey, it's Rachel, and I want to share with you a tip that I've been giving to a lot of parents that I work with lately. This tip is simple but not easy, but if you're able to implement it, you will really improve your children's resilience and their confidence. And that tip is to stop solving or fixing your child's problems for them. I say this is simple and not easy because we are problem solvers by nature. We all want to fix and solve things. And if you are in a situation, maybe a job or another situation where you do fix and solve problems and you get lots of good feedback for fixing and solving problems, it's even harder to step back with our children, but it's really, really important that we do. And that's because, let's say, for example, you have a child and they're struggling with a friend and you want to help them. So you say something like, oh, I know what you should do, and you tell them how to handle the issue with their friend. Well, let's say your suggestion is wonderful and they use it the next day and it works out really well. They get home and they tell you how wonderful things were with their friend because they used your solution, and you're happy, you're high-fiving. What you've done in that situation is you haven't empowered them. What you've done is you've made them believe that they need you around to solve their problems. Ultimately, if we want kids to believe in themselves and be more resilient and be able to handle life's obstacles, they need to be able to rely on themselves. So we need to stop fixing. We need to stop trying to solve their problems for them. So how do we do this? The first question you want to ask your child if they come to you with a problem is just to say, with curiosity, how are you going to solve that? And just ask them. Even asking that question is sort of implying that you have faith that they can solve the problem. But when you ask that question, maybe they can't come up with a solution because right now they probably don't have the solution, which is why it's a problem. The next question you want to ask is, can I give you a suggestion? So even that question in itself is empowering because they have a choice. They can either accept a suggestion or choose not to. And I will tell you, if they choose not to take your suggestion in that moment, they weren't going to listen to it anyway. So you've wasted some time. So you've prevented wasting some time and some breath. But you've asked them, can I give you a solution? Now, let's say they say yes. The way you give solutions or suggestions while still empowering them is to say something like, well, I know what would work for me, but I'm not you. What would you have to do to change my suggestion to make it work for you? So ultimately, although you're giving a suggestion, you're still empowering them to find out how to make it work for them. And then when they think back on it, they realize it was their solution, not just yours. And they feel so much better about themselves and they can rely on themselves more. The other tip I have for you is to more proactively teach them how to solve problems on a regular basis. This is actually something that's pretty easy to do, even outside of the moment, even when they're not having problems. One of the ways you can do this is, I know with kids about age, up till about age 7 or 8 are still going to like doing this. One of the things we do in our house is we bring problems to the dinner table to solve, even if they're not real problems, even if they're fun and silly problems. And everybody in the family tries to come up with a solution to the problem. And the kids try to beat me and my husband, of course. They want to come up with a better solution. But that's teaching them problem-solving skills. Now, if you have older children and they don't want to make a game out of this, what you can do is actually tell them that you had a problem, or let them overhear you talking about a problem that you had and let them tell you what to do. Let them solve your problem. Because you know, no matter how old your child is, they like to tell you what to do. And that's still really strengthening their problem-solving skills. So ultimately, when you're letting them figure out the solution in the moment and you're teaching them more proactively how to solve problems, that builds their confidence and their resilience in the long run. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. If you want more solutions for how to raise responsible, resilient kids, plus solutions for how to help you find the time and energy to implement those solutions, check out my Parenting Academy at rachelbaileyparentingacademy.com. I'll see you next time.